Okay, so for the full context, let's talk about this. So, first of all, even as a joke, to start with, you're not a lesbian. This is absolutely wrong. Next on, this is extremely disrespectful towards your partner. It's like the most extreme disrespect that you can give somebody is that you are showing that you're interested in another person while claiming to be a same sex attracted person and putting yourself in that category, yes, watering it down and making the definition completely incorrect and the opposite of its meaning. Not only that, you're actually disrespecting your partner that you're supposed to get married to next month. Listen here. Anybody who faces this type of a joke, that's not just a red flag or a little red flag. This is like a massive box. It's a treasure box of massive red flags, okay? Worldwide red flags. If your partner made such jokes online, what you have to do is this. And take this advice. I don't know, maybe you'll take this, maybe you won't, but listen, you should. First of all, you should silently take your luggage and start collecting things in the background of her making another TikTok about her new love. That's actually the opposite gender, so she's been lying that she actually is same sex attracted. Not only that, she's lying about actually being in love with you. She doesn't love you. That's not a behavior of a person who loves and cherishes you and respects you. They will not make such jokes. This is not comedy. This is clownership. Next, tell them to have fun. And then tell them toodles. As you walk out, give them a kiss goodbye forever. You don't want to ever see such a cunt. I've done a similar thing before. Because I've been mistreated this way with such jokes. That's what you do. You walk out, give them a kiss goodbye, and say toodles. Never see you again, cunt. That's what you do. And I advise any self-respecting human to do the same. Because trust me, psychologically, such publicity is not a joke. It's not just a joke, honey, I'm sorry. They'll brainwash you thinking it's fine. They don't need your marriage, period. They just need someone around them to comfort them, to assist them, to be there for them. They're using you, bitch. They're using you. Oh, yes, they are. Oh, yes, they are. You walk out, you gather your luggage, get wherever you need to. I don't care. Get wherever you need to, because that place is going to be much worse for your mental development than another place where you will get, yes, you might feel alone, but at least you won't be next to a shit that's getting more smelly with yes. If you think I'm too salty, first of all, you might want to get out of here. Second of all, if truth for you is being salty, then try living with such a piece of shit for years and lose your identity for your own good. Such a person is not only infantile, they could have a damaged inner child and be infantile. It doesn't matter, but they are narcissistic, they are selfish. I'm not saying they're full-blown narcissists, I'm saying they're narcissistic and they are selfish. And they will make you cope with their stupid jokes. And those stupid jokes will grow into actual cheating. They will make you sad. And they'll be like, I'm sorry, love, oh, this will never happen again. It's like similar to Peter Pan syndrome. Read up about it if you need it. It's similar to Peter Pan syndrome. They haven't grown up yet and have a large road to go. And you are not a personal therapist. And you don't have to put in such weight to make them grow and lose your identity on the go. With such a person, you slowly lose self-respect towards you, and you notice how bad you feel. You notice that you identify with caring about other things around you and not the person themselves. You might think that your animal is better than this person, that they give more comfort to you than the person because of how many discrepancies mentally they create for you. You start to literally live in this pseudo gaslit environment that it's fine, it's just a joke, babe, it's just a joke. It's not just a joke, they're trying to gaslight you and make you feel like it's normal and it's just a joke. That way they raise your boundaries for you to remain with them because it is good for them when you remain with them. It's selfish and it's good for them. It's like basically a business type of an interaction, and they get that caring from you, they get assistance from you in whatever deeds that they get. This is never fine. This is one of the scenarios when you're with an infantile narcissistic child that doesn't care about your boundaries and goes all around mentally and wait till they actually get into a more physical level, and they will, because they do not care about your psychological boundaries. Neither do they care to understand and work on them. You're not a personal therapist. More than that, as the ending, I'll add the whole emphasis of what it means when a person posts such structure of a joke online, either TikTok or other social media. That means that they value their TikTok and their followers, their whole media presence and personality more than they value you. And that should mean something for you. That should show you something. And no, this is not normal. This is absolutely not normal. This is not a normal partnership. And it's not how it's supposed to be. You're living in copium if you are with such a partner. You live in copium. You're just coping. You're not living a good environment. You're just coping with their attitudes. And you will continue while you allow them to do this, while you remain in their space. While you remain in their space. And one really important point in this, really important, is that this person can be a good manipulator, and they can manipulate you into thinking that they're just childlike. They're like just innocent. They're just silly, kind of silly, quirky, or whatever else, when after they do some shit and then they're like, oh, I'm just, I was just being silly or stuff like that. And I want to actually open your eyes to this. They know what they did. They're not just silly. They actually know this. They just don't want to work at this. They just don't want to acknowledge this. And they want to portray it as they are just being silly. They actually deep down know what they did. They don't want to take accountability because they are infantile. I'm saying this is connected to Peter Pan syndrome. This is very similar. This type of infantile attitude is very similar, and these people don't change frequently. They don't change. The longer you'll wait with them, the more you will get your looks literally becoming different. It's like when people stay in such relationships, and this is a toxic one. There are different types of toxic relationships. And when people stay in such an environment with such a partner, they will feel sucked dry as a lemon. As a result, will feel lower in energy. And this person will never take accountability. They will never take real accountability, and how you can know this is because they continue their behavior. They continue their silly jokes. They continue their stuff because they don't actually respect you as a human being, as equal to them. They don't respect you as equal. That's that infantile throne they put themselves on, and you're just somebody there. Well, they manage their TikTok or whatever media or whatever presence, and that publicity for them always is more important than you. And you're just living in copium. With such a partner, there's never real love and respect. There's just some basis level caring. The crumbs that you eat that you like to eat because you've never been given actual real love and more, and never been actually respected. And you don't know how it feels. So you stay in these crumbs, you stay in that surrounding by such an infantile partner. And they'll continue their jokes while you stay around, and they will thrive. But you won't. They'll just give you opportunities to thrive sometimes. And I want you to listen again. They'll give you opportunities to thrive sometimes. Well, they will remain on their high pedestal, on their infantile throne. They won't change. They won't want to actually put investment and work on themselves. Why? Because first of all, they're infantilizing the situation and they don't want to change. They want to remain in that type of field they're in because it gives them benefits. And you're one of this partner's type of benefits. They think that they can have both their TikTok, make these types of jokes, and keep you as a low boundary. Because since you remain with them, they don't have to respect you. And I want you to know when person thinks this way, they need extensive therapy to understand what they did wrong. And when they don't, they'll just continue this type of attitude because this is how they function and this is how they think in their mind. They think through benefits. And you are to them someone of a benefit. One of these things that they have. Like a tool, basically, that they own. Because they're not respecting you. They not just don't see your boundaries, they don't care about your boundaries. If they did, they would never mistreat you this way. They would be careful about this type of stuff. And they would care and not make several things in a pattern throughout months, for some throughout years, to actually put you in this environment. They actually keep you in this environment. You're like their personal animal, personal comfort animal. That's one of the toxic relationship types, and I want some people to acknowledge this. I hope this helped somebody.